said, okay, with the research that we've done, there is a goal by if you utilize a whole amount of
Yeah, but you see, things like geezers, geezers consume quite a lot, and then a geezer will consume almost a quarter, if not more, of your total consumption at the house. So what you now need to do is to have a dedicated system that talks to all your geezers in the area. As an example, to say in Atteridgeville or in Mamelodi, we need people to cut for an hour while we're trying to reduce, the usage of electricity. Then you automatically, from a municipal central point of view, just switch off, and then after a while you switch back on again, and then you're able to control it that way. So maybe it's something that you guys can think about and see how you implement it in there. All right.
Say that. That's great getting the advice from the mayor.
Hello. How are you? Hey. How are you? How are you? Very well.
Okay, it's my team.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
We're doing a air monitor.
Hello, team. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Very well.
Okay, do you want me to restart? Just
No. Okay, finish here. I'll come and join you.
So this is a all-in-one detector, sensor, whatever you want to
Very well. How are you?
Basically,
So
it detects the noise level of any of the pollutants.
How are you? Very well.
So this is just your air quality sensor. Obviously, if you can actually have
How are you? How are you? So what are you guys busy with?
I'm doing a countdown.
That's all running through
Because
which is then going to run
encourage South Africa to save South Africa
demo for you. I've got the server here.
even the riches, they didn't save it. So my idea is you set the meter to 30 liters. Then if you exceed that 30 liters, the pressure will reduce to at least 80% because of the legislation of the South Africa.
You can't support companies.
Yes. So we're encouraging South Africans to save it.
So what you're saying is you basically want to throttle. That's what we call it. You don't cut someone off, you throttle them off.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to charge every client, the residents of Tshwane 20 rand, and 5 rand will be there for the city of Tshwane, and 50 rand will be for the company.
Okay.
So we're going to employ 4,000 people in all 7 regions. Each employee will earn 3,500.
So how does it work? So you go and install new meters or you install throttlers. How does it work?
It will be just like a box because I don't have technical experience about the meters. So the meters will count down. You set it to 30,000 liters. Then when the pressure, the water passes, it comes down.
Right.
So when it reaches 30,000, the pressure it goes.
It will close. So then how do you then reset it?
Every month.
Okay, so every month your team will go out and make sure that it gets access.
Also, there's a it will use the energy. Turbine energy.
Oh, okay.
So to alert the municipality that this person is using, he or she is using water to avoid fraud.
Okay. So you have a detector of some kind.
Yes.
So if somebody is tampering with a meter,
Yes.
it will be able to trigger.
Yes.
I think that is important because right now you do have people that are trying to bypass the system.
Yes.
So they're trying to bypass the metering, they try to bypass even the electricity connection. So I think this will go a long way in assisting that. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
As far as with solutions, the main focus being the greater part of time, but focusing on townships.
Right.
The reason being the age of electronic goods between but the challenge we're having is you change our gadgets or our appliances. You don't go away. just leave them in our homes and our offices, which is a hazard by itself. What tends to happen is informal recyclers take those and they take them into landfills, and they incorrectly try and recycle, which is a danger to them and the community because of the lead and the other materials that are on it. So what we're planning to do is, run campaigns when we're creating awareness in the community to say don't just store your old devices. Bring them to our bins and we will collect on a weekly basis. We will collect it, have a team of youth who are IT, to try and recycle. What we're going to be doing is, whatever that is component that we can reuse, we will reuse it, refurbish computers and laptops. Whatever that we can't refurbish, we will dismantle, and then take the various metals and that we can reuse in other processes. What we can then do, we'll give it to the bigger guys in recycling. But some of the dead wood, what we do is give it to our crafters in the townships, where they can actually create. The whole purpose of the current stats is only 11% of our e-waste is being recycled, and the bulk of it gets exported. Why should we export it and come back? It's like the minerals. You export and it comes back as an end product. We will try and minimize that, so that we keep the value chain within the city and within our communities. And then obviously there will be a little thing where there will be direct and indirect jobs. Direct jobs will be the people that will be working at the recycling plant. Indirectly would be other people that would give off certain materials that can further process. And then there will be the currency flowing within the community.
Nice. But then how do you get more young people involved?
Okay, what we've done as Mamludi, because we've already started but on a different platform. What we try and do is we try and bring entrepreneurship and youth that are still in either school or in tertiary, so bringing the skill into the real life environment. But in the IT space, we don't have activities that are running. We feed information where they can come and ask questions. But here with this one, we'll have people that can build, whether you're robots or whatever. The hard, the actual prep work that they might not be doing in their school, practical experience, and in that way, not only are they getting a practical, but they can earn an income, which is in the long run the culture of employment, problem solving, because this is also a social thing, because the habits that we'll be eliminating in the community will give them, a greater thing to feel good that they've done something in the community and get every money in the pocket.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
All right, guys, quickly with your solution.
Gentlemen.
Working on
Okay.
supply to your household, generating to your house. But also we want to reduce the cost that the residents are paying.
You wanting to cut the supply of electricity or water?
Water,
okay.
Supply, yes.
Okay.
But it's not cutting like the water
Right.
is like coming in. It's like cutting so that we can save cost.
Also reducing.
Yeah.
Let's call it that. Because if you say cutting, by South African law, you can't cut somebody off.
Yes.
Of water. It's one of the basic rights that somebody. So maybe the reduction is the right word.
Yes.
Okay.
We're reducing that. So by so doing, we're reducing the cost being paid by the residents.
Okay.
That is resulting from the leaks in the house.
Right.
So by so doing, and then the city will be able to see if the water is lost from the cross. Water
From the main?
or
Okay, internal. Right.
yes, that's what we basically do.
Okay. So, but then how do you then propose doing this and making sure that these meters are calibrated all the time? So maybe what I'm asking is, part of this is to an element of creating jobs going forward.
Yes.
So how are you going to make sure that these meters are working properly and installed properly?
So we'll need technicians. So we'll be creating technicians. So already now we have meter reading agent.
Right.
So those people will be turned from meter reading agent to technicians.
Right.
Because this system can send information to the municipality via network.
Okay.
So we can via the people who are working now.
Right.
We have to teach them
A new skill.
use skill.
I like that. So you're saying that we upgrade the people that are already doing that. And the fact of the matter is now this becomes now electronic meters that somebody at a central office will also be able to know. You know, what is the consumption in a particular home. Okay. And then what about bypassing? If somebody wants to bypass the system, what are you putting in place?
So we will have a detector in place. What will it will do? It will notify you if, like, maybe the person bypasses here.
Yeah.
You will be able to see that no water is running through here. So technicians will have to come and check why is it that's so. Is it a problem? And then if you find out that this place is using water, but still
it's not going through the system.
So the person will have to deal with the
Good. Thank you very much. Well done.
Mr. Mayor, can we walk this way to...
Where are you going? Oh, we're coming. Yeah, we're coming here.
Yeah.
Right.
Good day.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Very well. Can't complain. So, what are you busy with?
We've been busy with an air pollution monitor.
Okay.
It's a small modular air pollution monitor. You can just put it on the roof of a building or on top of a bus if you put a GPS into it. You can put it pretty much anywhere. It is self-sustaining. It's got a little solar panel, a little battery. It connects up to the Shrine Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And it basically just monitors what's in the air. It has a look at your carbon dioxide, your carbon monoxide, your sulfur emissions, all your chemicals that are actually polluting the air. And in a green city, I feel that's actually quite an important thing, especially having a look at some of the stats I've read up on. If I can just quickly show you here. I've read up on a couple of stats. First, I want to show you an article. I'm sure you know about the air pollution in China. Now, a Chinese artist went and vacuumed, took a regular vacuum cleaner, walked through the city for a day, took the smog and all the pollutants, compressed it, and made it into a brick. A building brick of smog. And that, to me, is a horrible wake-up call. And I actually then went and researched the difference in air pollution between what we have here in Pretoria and what they have in China. And I'd just like to show you Hong Kong, the air pollution. Now they're showing at 71.14, which is almost unbreathable air. Unbreathable being at 75. Have a look at Pretoria. 70.69. Obviously that's not like all of Pretoria, it's industrial affecting the residential and everything in between. But it's a generalization of your air pollution, and to me that's quite alarming that it's actually got that bad.
Okay.
So we decided to come up with this little device you see here.
Well, I like the fact that you say you can actually use it even on your buses or on things that are moving.
What we've got currently is we haven't got a GPS. But we have actually got a way that we can include a GPS should the need be. So this unit, as you see it here, our prototype, which cost us roughly $800 for once-off over-the-counter purchases. So obviously if you buy in bulk, it's going to be a lot cheaper to produce. But our current model that we've got with our prototype is a single fixed model. When you put it down on the building or wherever you put it, you just connect it up to your computer, tell it you are at these coordinates. Done. And then the thing, it connects up to the Shrine Wi-Fi via the little Wi-Fi card we've got in the bottom here. It connects up, sends all the data through to a main server, which will be connected also to the network and in Shrine. And then whoever's looking at that server, it can be automated so that it will raise a red flag when someone goes over the limit, whichever limit you decide to set it at. It can tell them which places are producing more pollution, which places are producing less pollution, and then you can also act on that. You can go and say to the places that have gone over the line, guys, you're producing too much pollution, turn it down a notch. Find a greener way to produce what you're currently producing. And Yeah, for me that's a really important thing for a green city.
Will you be able to develop something similar also for water? I'll tell you, we're having quite a number of streams and rivers that goes across our city, as you would know. And depending on, let's take the river that the river that comes from Ekurhuleni in Johannesburg.
Yes.
That ends up passing Marawasa, then all its pollutants.
Yeah.
So are you able to come up with something that is also able to measure that?
There should be a way of doing that, yes.
On the stores where we bought our air sensor and our modules for this device, they do have a sensor to measure water pH and the acidity or So this device could be modified to measure water. It will just need to be waterproofed and modified to be on a vertical plane, as in you need it need to go into the water from the side.
So that would be important.